Why people are laughing at Ronda Rousey's failure by SunnyV2. Damn, she failed over the WWE too? I know she failed out the UFC after she lost. She took that shit hard and she ain't even want to fight no more, baby. But she went over to the WWE. I thought she was having success. She failed over there too? Dang, man. Well, let's go ahead and check it out, bro. I'm gonna venture a guess that it's because she talked shit so goddamn much that it's one of those situations where people just wanted to see her lose, and now that she lost, you know, people are on her ass about it. That's my guess, but we'll see. Without further ado, let's get it.
She might have 17 million followers, but with only a couple thousand likes per post, it's safe to say Ronda Rousey has only a few active fans. Through her policy,
got the little moving picture sticking her
ego, and undeniable delusion, Ronda Rousey has become one of the most unlikable athletes ever, recently wrecking her final career opportunity and sparking a mass exodus of social media followers.
Damn!
So why are people so happy to see her fail? Well, arrogance, that's why.
Pretty much exactly what I said. She talks shit a lot, and she got herself to the point to where people want to see her lose. It was kind of like Floyd Mayweather, but Floyd Mayweather was still boxing. This man would talk all this shit. That's why he was able to draw in so many eyes. That's why people wanted to buy his tickets so much. A lot of times, Floyd Mayweather was the villain. People wanted to see him lose, so people didn't want to not be present for witnessing him lose for the first time. But then Floyd would win, and it's like, God damn it. All right, well, next. And then, hey, 50 people. 50 came forward, 50 went down. Not necessarily went down.
I'm the greatest fighter in the world.
They lost
Now,
though.
in the beginning, Ronda's arrogant statements were at least partially justified.
Yeah, she was doing things at first.
4 years winning every fight available.
She was cold.
There was one massive issue. 9 out of her 12 fights were won using the exact same move.
The submission?
Submission via armbar. Fans would therefore label Ronda a one-trick pony.
What the hell?
Being extremely skilled at
That image.
armbars, she was seriously lacking in other MMA areas. As far back as 2000.
Yeah, she. I don't know if you. Some of y'all probably don't. I don't even know if y'all watch UFC. But Rhona Rousey was never a good striker. Like, her striking skills were always very suspect, and that shit showed bad when she fought Holly Holm, former boxing champion.
She was seriously.
I think she was a champion. I know she used to box.
Areas. As far back as 2012, people wrote, "Does anyone else think Ronda Rousey is greatly overrated? Her striking game is almost non-existent.
Yeah.
Is she a good judoka? Absolutely. Is she a good mixed martial artist? Not at all."
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
Ronda had a very limited approach. She didn't kick, and she wasn't necessarily the most skillful boxer. She didn't really have a tremendous amount of experience.
Her lack of striking ability has since been featured in compilations such as this one, while people were even commenting
What the hell was
on her
that?
peak. Anytime I need inspiration, I watch her hit a heavy bag or shadow box. If she can make it to the UFC with that sloppy garbage,
Then anything is possible. Damn.
Despite her obvious weak spots, Ronda maintained her arrogance.
I know the level of my striking is at, and that's one of the advantages that I have is they don't really know.
Which even
You
extends
ain't got no damn advantage in striking.
I really wouldn't want to waste any time on a guy that is easily intimidated by me. I mean,
Oh,
more
okay.
intimidating things in life than me. So
Right.
if that stopped you already, then you're just saving my time.
Although there was no
Everybody
better
scared of your ass,
example of
Rhonda.
arrogance than her 12th and final UFC win. Ronda won the fight with a clumsy knockout punch.
Oh, yeah, that
Still
shit was
walked
ugly.
away with an egotistical look on her face, as if she couldn't be beaten by anyone. Ronda refused to show even the smallest bit of humility, and as explained by one of the comments, this was probably the worst thing that could have happened to Rousey. This fight was her downfall, as it made her far too confident in her bad striking, and she never felt the need to prove anything.
That probably can't. Hey, that probably did happen like that. That could happen in like different aspects in life too, or just different kind of sports. I know this dude who was good at basketball when I was growing up. Dude was cold, one of the best hoopers in my city, but he never improved because he was so good, and everyone always told him how good he was. He felt like he didn't really need to train like that. He was just really good at basketball, and so eventually everybody caught up to him, and then he just wasn't even special no more. But he could have been, but he wasn't, and he never even went anywhere with that basketball talent. One of the best hoopers in my city, and he never used it for anything, bro. And he could have, but you know what I'm saying? Hey, it's what be like that. So she over there sitting there thinking that, oh, I'm good at striking, and then she got a clumsy little knockout, and it ready to put her confidence through the roof. So she probably started going for knockouts after this, huh? That's what I'm guessing.
Which was especially bad given her next opponent was Holly
Big Holly.
19-time boxing world champion.
Okay,
In a
19
lead up to
time.
their
Yes, sir.
fight, Holly was humble and extremely kind.
As far as Ronda's performances, not just some of them have been impressive, all of them have been impressive. So, I mean, nobody can argue with that.
While Rhonda was extremely
Yeah,
rude,
she went in as the villain.
maintaining that no
Rhonda was the
one
villain of
could
the fight.
beat her.
Beating Holly Holmes is definitely in my hands, and I'm gonna do it.
Rhonda's arrogance was even worse in other interviews.
I'm great at this. I'm the best at this. I'm more prepared than she is for this, and I'm going to win on Sunday. And everyone's going to see.
Still refusing
damn,
to
okay.
show a single shroud of humility.
I'm better than every other girl in every area of MMA. Striking is different, and I think I'm the best at it.
When the day of their
First of all, I don't even know if Amanda Nunes was even in the UFC at this time. But Amanda Nunes would fuck you to fuck up Ronda Rousey. That bitch. Bruh. Like, even like world-class fighters in the female division, don't get offended when I say this, y'all, but a lot of UFC females are still not beating most men when it comes to like a fight. But Amanda Nunes is one of the ones that I wouldn't fight that. That's a woman, but I feel like she would knock me the fuck up. But have y'all ever seen Amanda Nunes, bro? She hit hard as fuck. Bro, she hit hard as fuck. I wouldn't fight her, bro.
fight finally came,
I would not fight
Holly
Amanda
offered to
Nunes.
touch gloves, yet Ronda Rousey refused.
I remember that.
Ronda had just 4 weeks prior stated,
She can try and kick me in the head, but it's not going to go like
It's not gonna go like that.
not the way she wants.
this is exactly how the fight ended. Holly knocked Ronda out with a kick to the head, with Ronda's face from before and after the fight confirming she'd been completely humbled. Well, just kidding. Ronda refused to accept that Holly was simply better.
What?
It's probably just hard for her to really maybe admit that. I was just the better fighter.
And instead began to make braggy excuses for why she lost the match.
It was my 3rd title fight in 9 months, and I don't think anyone's ever even attempted that
Oh
before.
my God.
That's a lot. I think the one thing that was different, I just kind of felt tired.
Ronda then tried to make the audience
We ain't
feel
trying to
bad
hear that
for
shit.
her.
What am I anymore if I'm not this? And I was literally sitting there and I'm like, I'm nothing. I'm like, what do I do anymore? No one gives a shit about me anymore without this.
Although the comment section wasn't having any of it. You know, Ronda's ego was so out of control and she thought herself unbeatable.
Yeah.
She had no respect for anyone and trashed all of her opponents. She deserved to get knocked out and brought down to earth.
And here's the thing about people like Floyd Mayweather. From what I've seen, even anytime he's ever had a fight where he was bigging the fight up, talking shit about his opponent, you trash, you ain't on my level, blah, 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 blah. After the fight was over with, he would always give respectful remarks to his opponents. Like, yeah, man, he's a great fighter, dog. Like, hey, dude was like, you know, he works really hard. He got a lot of good technique I had to overcome. But I was able to do it because I was just a better man today. Like, Floyd Mayweather is always respectful to his opponents after he beats them. There might have been a couple times where he was still talking shit post, but that's one of them things where it's like, you know, there was real beef type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like long-standing beef that I'm not finna be respectful to you after I whoop your ass. I'm finna talk my shit even after whooping your ass. You've been talking shit for too goddamn long. But for the most part, Floyd Mayweather was always respectful to his opponents after he beats them. She wasn't. So, yeah, bitch, you're unlikable. So now you want to lose and go on Ellen crying? We don't give a fuck about your crocodile tears. Even if they real tears, we don't care. We don't care.
An article titled "Rooting for Ronda Rousey is Tough and it has nothing to do with her loss," ESPN highlighted that Ronda had publicly smeared Floyd Mayweather for his history of domestic violence, yet she was dating another MMA fighter who had been accused of domestic violence himself.
Oh, for real?
To make matters worse, the article brought up Ronda's 2015 book, in which she talked extensively
wrote
about
a book.
assaulting her ex-boyfriend.
Of course it was a
She
bestseller.
punched him in the face with
They
a
always get
straight
bestsellers.
right, then a left hook. When he still wouldn't move, she slapped him again, then grabbed him by the neck of his hoodie, kneed him in the face, and tossed him aside on the kitchen floor. The incident ended, she said, at her car, when he tried to prevent her from driving away, and she pulled him by the neck of the hoodie again, dragged him out onto the sidewalk, and left him writhing there. This might
I ain't saying she lying. But what I will say, especially if her husband is an MMA fighter himself, might just be a little sprinkle of cap on there. There's a little sprinkle of cap on there. So you saying that you basically beat his ass and then left him writhing on the floor as you drove your car away? Yeah, all right.
Might explain why Rhonda also began to claim that she could beat the male heavyweight UFC champion, stating, "You cannot tell me that it's physically impossible.
Yes, it is.
It's possible that in any given moment that I could beat him.
No, you
I
couldn't.
simply believe in my possibilities."
Shut your ass
UFC
up.
fighter Ian McCall politely responded, "She's dangerous, she's good. I get it, but it's just silly."
Right.
Meanwhile, on Reddit, people dunked on Rhonda mercilessly. "In any given moment, under the right circumstances, I think it is possible. Sure, but armbarring a man while he is sleeping is just a dick move." But hey, it's Rhonda.
Oh,
The
me.
user then shared this video showing that Rhonda couldn't even keep up during a sparring session, and therefore added the comment, "With this video, anyone with the deduction skills of an 8-year-old would have to say a 250-pound
Yeah, Cain Velasquez is a big motherfucker.
as maybe a really angry toy poodle." Ironically, Rhonda couldn't even win against those in her own division, which only became more obvious in her next fight after Holly Holm. 1 year after getting owned by Holly, Rhonda tried to make her comeback by fighting an even harder opponent.
Oh, hold on, wait a minute. So they did fight. Oh, I didn't even know that they fought. Hey, listen to what I said earlier now. I'm gonna go ahead and hit play. I know Amanda Nunes beat her ass. I know she did.
Who knocked Rhonda out after only 48 seconds.
Damn!
Rhonda's face from before and after the fight was again extremely poetic.
Bro.
With the top comment stating, "Holly took her to school and Amanda straight up expelled her."
Dog.
Such an embarrassing loss for one of the most arrogant, ungracious fighters in MMA.
I'm telling y'all, Amanda Nunes hits hard, bruh. Every time I see her punch somebody, I'm like, God damn, I knew that shit hurt. And she don't just hit hard for a woman. She hits hard in general. I didn't know she fought Amanda Nunes, but shit, makes sense. 48 seconds? Yeah.
Love to see it. In the lead up to the fight, the media had said about Rhonda,
"If she doesn't win impressively, I think this is her last fight. If she loses, I don't think we ever see her again."
which turned out to be true, although Rhonda still refused.
Has Amanda Nunes ever lost?
She wasn't
I don't
the
know.
better fighter.
Do you think about the last couple fights? Do you think about the last fight against Amanda or Holly?
I think I'd just rather not talk about that right now.
Poor Rhonda, she still can't get over those 2 losses in the UFC. You can clearly tell every time someone asks her questions about.
She's 23-5, okay.
She'd post a photo to her Instagram reading, "And so rock bottom became the solid foundation on which I rebuilt my life," which turned out to be accurate, as she'd soon find another chance at repairing her public image. In January 2018, Ronda Rousey signed a full-time WWE contract.
But you're doing this full time now, right? This is your job?
Full time. They got me for a multi-year deal.
And after her debut match, she was surprisingly loved by the audience. The Washington Post
I remember it going good for her.
Expectations, with fans firmly behind Rousey, even breaking out into yes chants at points.
Okay.
Comments on the debut video read, "Glad to see her smiling again. Reminds me of when she first started her MMA career. She was so genuine here. Hard to see why anyone could hate her. I'm actually excited to see her. I just hope Vince doesn't screw this up."
Fucking Vince
Although,
McMahon.
as highlighted by a later comment reading, "It's impressive how she managed to turn both the MMA and wrestling fan bases against her. Her WWE."
What did she do to turn them against her in WWE?
Because the show chose to pin Rhonda against an even more beloved wrestler, Becky Lynch, and as a result, Rhonda was painted as the villain and booed by fans during every single match.
Damn. They turned her into a heel?
Arrested, posting the mugshots to her Twitter where Rhonda completely lost it. "That's what I'm trying to do, dumbass. You hobbling around trying to be a ginger crutch ninja and taking fake prison photos in the hallway isn't helping." Becky responded with, "Keep that F word out of your mouth and concentrate on getting better at this business instead of trying to remain above it. Looking forward to seeing you real soon." Rhonda then responded again stating, "F word? You mean fake? Fake like your nonsensical BS armbar. It doesn't even work and just looks like you're holding the dick you wish you had."
Oh my
before
goodness.
doubling down by writing, "I don't care what the script says. I'm beating the living shit out of you the next time I see you." But
they was really going at it.
Being set up by the show, Rhonda continued to bash the WWE on her YouTube channel.
It's not an act. I'm not going out there and doing their fucking act anymore. I meant that I'm going to disrespect the sport that they all love so much. It's scripted. It's made up. It's not real.
Less than a month later,
Yeah, you can't do that shit. You can't do that shit. Listen, the WWE, people got to accept it's just one of those things. I don't watch WWE anymore, but it's one of those things that still has the big fan base. You think that the people that still watch WWE, the grown-ass men that still watch wrestling, don't know that it's scripted and fake? You're not dropping a bombshell. I guess maybe you're dropping it on kids because kids still don't know yet. But people know it's fake. They don't care. It's entertaining, and that's the point. People watch WWE to be entertained. It's entertaining to watch. We know it's fake, duh, but it ain't about that. So the fact that you're doing this right here, but again, the kids don't know that yet. So yeah, you fucking it up. You fucking it up.
Respect the sport that they all love so much. It's scripted, it's made up, it's not real.
Less than a month later, WWE took Ronda off the show, yet she only continued to bash them, writing, "Anyone who is outraged by me calling pro wrestling fake fights for fun has never been in a real fight.
Shut up.
While you all are tiptoeing around bruising some pro wrestlers' huge soft egos, no one is thinking about all the real fighters you're insulting when pretending pro wrestling is somehow on the same level of realism."
I mean, pro wrestling can be more entertaining than MMA fights sometimes. What are you talking about? It's not on the same level as far as like things actually happening to you, although people are really getting body slammed and people are really jumping off of shit. Shit, we've seen how like big accidents can really happen when things go wrong, man. I remember that terrible ladders and chairs match with Johnny Nitro and Joey Mercury, I think, when he got hit in the eye by that ladder and got busted up, bro. That shit was crazy. That shit happened live. I remember I was a kid and I'll never forget that shit. But I'm saying though, like, sure, it's fake, but it's still just as entertaining, if not more entertaining. Is the WWE bigger than the UFC? I'm pretty sure it is. I don't know that for a fact. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it is.
Ronda then appeared on Steve-O's podcast, again calling wrestling fake.
Having like fake fights for fun. I love choreography. I love acting.
I was like, bitch, you participated.
Bravely bashing her fans.
Spending my time on energy on a bunch of fucking ungrateful fans that don't even appreciate me.
Okay, yeah.
Return to WWE again.
You fucked up.
I'll never to be full-time again, over 200 days a year like that ever again.
The irony was that 3 years later, Ronda did that, albeit with the attitude that she was too good to even be there. Can't speak for anyone else, but for me, it really shone through that she wasn't enjoying herself, especially with the complaints about fan reaction.
Bitch, you just shot on the fans.
She wanted to be there and acted like pro wrestling was beneath her. Whether true or not, it's how it came off. Hashtag fire Ronda Rousey therefore began to trend on Twitter,
wow.
which became a reality only 4 months later and should be booted from wrestling again. With almost zero career prospects,
and they removed her
Ronda
alumni
Rousey
section
to an extensive Raid Shadow Legends deal and has spent the last year writing another book, the release of which has made her a total laughingstock.
Bro, does she need the money that bad? This bitch did a Raid Shadow Legends sponsor. Now, Raid Shadow Legends, I'm not saying that I'm not willing to do it. If y'all ever want to sponsor your boy, you know what I'm saying, hit me up. I'm just saying, I wouldn't think that a Ronda Rousey, the one that's above all of this shit, would do a Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship. Especially she did a whole ass commercial. Like, nigga, she was on top of the spider moving around and all that shit. That's funny. And she wrote another book.
The release of which has made her a total laughingstock. Over the last month, she's promoted the book on various podcasts.
By the way, just real quick, the whole thing about best-selling author or what does that say? God damn it, make it bigger so I can see it better. I'm trying to read it and the words are too small. The Sunday Times best-selling author. I wanted to read that word. But yeah, man, that shit is one of the most meaningless stamps that they put on books, period. Why it seem like every time somebody writes a book, it's a bestseller? You know what? Because motherfuckers don't buy books no more. So of course, if you write a book and your fan base buys the book, it's gonna be a bestseller. I just swear everybody's a bestseller author, bro. That shit is hilarious.
A total laughingstock. Over the last month, she's promoted the book on various podcasts.
Fuck out of here.
A Reddit post showing that 9 years later, Ronda Rousey is still making excuses for losing to Holly Holm.
My mouth guard was bad. I literally came into that fight concussed from slipping down some stairs already after all of these years of concussions.
My mouth guard was bad.
Terrible weight cut.
And I was concussed from slipping upstairs.
You have less fluid in your brain to protect it.
Ronda then made even more excuses on Steve-O's podcast.
I have no ACL. I tore my ACL falling down that stairs 2 weeks before that fight.
Oh my
Leading
God.
to some pretty funny comments such as, tore my ACL, had a concussion, bad weight cut, I had bubble guts, my car wouldn't start.
My dog ate my homework.
And I've had scoliosis since I was 3. So yeah, didn't really lose, did I? Ironically, Ronda also—
Like, get out of here, bro.
I'm the greatest fighter that has ever lived because I've never been faster, never been stronger, never had a better grasp of the game. I've never been so much better than everybody else.
Yet when Steve-O
You still aren't.
props to Logan Paul, Ronda Rousey refused to accept it.
How about Logan Paul? Like him or dislike him? That dude is a performer.
Yeah.
He's great on the mic. He does a great job on the mic. But I mean, I wish that I was allowed the time to rehearse that he gets, because it's not evenly spread. It's frustrating.
Okay.
Everybody doesn't get that treatment.
Ronda is jealous that Logan is already a better wrestler.
I do hear good things about him in the WWE.
I think she might be unhappy with how her run in the WWE went, but I don't know anything really about that.
It seems Ronda Rousey has burned every bridge she could possibly burn, which when combined with her complete lack of fans, makes it highly likely her career is done and dusted.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man, at the end of the day, Ronda Rousey is just bitter. She has a huge ego that she just can't fucking get over. They just won't allow her to admit that she just straight up lost to Holly Holm. Like, bruh, and now you're just unlikable because you always talking shit. You feel like you gotta be tough all the goddamn time. Motherfuckers don't actually like tough ass, masculine ass females, bruh. And you reap what you sow. You sowed them seeds, now you reaping them. That's what you got to deal with that, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Nobody fuck with you no more. You know what I'm saying? You was once on top, now you down here. Ronda Rousey, you have to deal with that. But hey, man, that's gonna do it for this video. I ain't really have much to say because I said a lot during the video, so that's pretty much it, man. Make sure y'all show a lot of love to the video, like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, we up out of this thing. This is your boy Don, we signing out. Peace.